Today we will be talking about these wonderful plants, and I'm going to tell you some very essential tips what and how you should do to keep your plants healthy and blooming for long months. Hello my friends, and welcome to Honest Violets. Today we're again in the wonderful and my favorite greenhouse in Italy, Henry and the Garden. And today we will be talking about cyclamen or cyclamen. If you would like to grow cyclamen, it's the right season, and you can find them starting from mini with curly leaves, curly flowers, huge ones, just in Italy in the greenhouse Henry and the Garden. You can also see and check the links for their Facebook page and their website in the description of this video, so go and pick the one you like. Well, these plants you can grow for, I don't know, 10-15 years, even if you know how to take care for them properly. So stay till the end of this video, because in the very end I will be showing you all the varieties that they have here, so that you know what will be your favorite and so that you can pick the one that you like. This plant is so famous, especially in this season. I bet you have already received or given a present to your friends or relatives. So to be successful with these plants and grow them so that they stay healthy and bloom for many long months, you will need to know some care tips. And the most important one, you will need to know the life cycle of this plant. So really short about this. Well, first of all, you need to know that this plant has a tuber, a small potato-like thing, which is a tuber. And of course, all the bulbs and tubers, all these plants need a period of time where they go dormant. So for some bulbs, the dormancy period is in summer, for some is winter. And for this plants, for cyclamens, the dormant period is in summer. So in autumn you will find them everywhere in stores where they are already in bloom, and they will actually start blooming in the end of autumn, mid or end of autumn, and will continue till almost summer. And to keep them blooming for these all months, you need to know how to take care of it. Well, first of all, if you receive it as a present and it's packaged in, I don't know, plastic something, you will need to remove it, because you will need to make sure that the holes of the pots are actually free and not closed with anything, so that when you water, the water should go out of the pot. This is rule number one for successful growth of the cyclamens. Besides that, of course, you will be growing them so in the end of autumn, winter, when it's cold outside, but most probably we have already heating at home when it's quite warm. So try to make sure to put your cyclamens just next to the window, so that you can ensure the bright light for them, not direct sun, but just a very bright indirect light. And also just quite far from the heating, because they actually like to stay in cooler places. Where if you have already the tuber, you can plant it in the beginning of autumn, when the temperatures are a little bit cooler, depending on your climate. It will start to grow and it will start to bloom in the end of autumn, more like closer to the winter, and then you will need to have a very bright light and water it just to keep the soil a little bit moist, and it will grow and bloom just like this until summer. So in the dormancy, you will see that the leaves turn yellow and get dry and just kind of don't look happy. So at that time you can remove everything, like the leaves and the flowers, of course, everything which is dry, yellow or brown, and you will leave just the tuber in the pot. And the pot itself with the tuber inside, you need to put in a cool, dry and dark place, and do not water. You will start watering closer to the next autumn, when with the water and with cooler temperatures again, your tuber will start to grow. When you grow them and you notice that the leaves are a little bit droopy, the reason for this can be underwatering. So you will need to make sure that you are watering constantly and keeping the soil just moist and not wet, because too wet may cause the tuber to get rotten. And if you notice that the leaves are not wilted but they turn yellow, most probably this is the reason for this is overwatering. So try to make sure to water it as needed, because if you're a little bit late with watering, then the plant may think that it's a dormancy period already, so it will prepare itself for dormancy. And if you're watering constantly and the soil is always wet, this can cause actually root rot, and your tuber will get rotten and will die. So you will lose your. Okay. Besides that, you can easily pollinate these plants and get seeds and grow more cyclamens just from the seeds from your flowers. And even though these plants are very beautiful, they have actually very interesting leaves and of course so vibrant, so many different varieties of flowers, but these plants may be a little bit toxic for your pets or your small kids, so just be a little bit careful there and maybe place them a little bit far away from your pets and kids. And a big thank you to Henry and the garden for this amazing plant, because this one is coming with me home, and make sure you come and choose your favorite. Stay passionate about plants. See you next time. So thanks for watching. Thank you, Henry and the Gardens, for this amazing plants. What is this? You're tired?
I think you're hungry.
Yeah, and you too.
That's why.
Because you're hungry too.
No.
I'm
You
hungry.
ain't hungry? You never.
You had even the second coffee, didn't even offer me.